Yo, it's Underground Rap News. Today we're going to be interviewing Fortunate. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's a huge name up and coming in the underground right now. Definitely go check out his music after this if you haven't already. But we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. First, how did you come up with your artist name?
Oh, okay. Um, for one, I came up with my artist name by my last name is Fortunat. It's Fortunat. And the whole thinking behind that was just like uh using the number four, obviously as the FOR. And fortunate came about. So it's still my name. It's just a variation. Fortunat comes from Creole of Haitian Jamaican descent. So that's that's basically the gist of that.
So, what city did you grow up in?
I grew up in Atlanta. Well, born in Atlanta. Mainly grew up in Gwinnett. Moved around a little bit towards like Loganville.
Mhm.
Um, Loganville, Gwinnett. Yeah, mainly those two places. But
So,
Gwinnett was definitely the main home ground for me.
so do you still live in Gwinnett now? Or
Yeah, yeah. I still live in Gwinnett now.
so, how old are you right now?
I am 21 years old right now. Yeah.
So, how would you describe your childhood and what that whole upbringing looked like?
Mhm. Childhood. I'd say there's definitely a lot of music in the house. Um, Music spanning from on one side of like my mom's side, being Jamaican descent, there was a lot of reggae. So Bob Marley, Sean Paul, Shaggy, uh, and a bunch of other names. But and then on my dad's side, I had a lot of like I would listen to a lot of R&B. So I was heavy on R&B. Like one of my favorite artists was Neo. Still is one of my favorite artists to this day. But listen to a lot of Neo, Usher, T-Pain, Akon, the Fugees, Heavy, Biggie. Yeah. So it was like musically wise, that was kind of it. Then also constantly the cooking, the food, and just the aroma around the house just always smelled good. Um, so there would be meals, uh childhood was I had a fun time in childhood. I mean, obviously some ups and downs, but I mean generally made it out of to where I am now, so it's all good.
So, how did you get into music and what led up to you actually making your first song?
I got into music uh around 2014, 2015. I think it was 2014. But I went to Toronto for a family reunion around that time. And I had met a DJ who was like the same age as me at this time. So this was like I think like fourth grade. I don't remember exactly how old. Um, but yeah, around the fourth grade. And I met this DJ and he produces it well. And then I found out that one of my cousins he used to rap battle. So back in this rap battle league though, it was sort of like it was like a almost like a method acting rap battle league because it was anime. It was like an anime rap battle league. So basically you would have to do is like study the character your opponent, but it's like your character as you're playing as. So I was doing that, rap battling, like just doing that and whatnot. And then in 2015, from that after 2014, I kind of I didn't find any like fulfillment from rap battling. I kind of wanted something to like fulfill, like, to say something else rather than trying to go after another person in any sort of way or but I don't know. Um, so yeah, I made my first song 2015. That song was called Fresh. Put it out on SoundCloud, made it on Audacity at the time. And yeah, did I answer the second part of the question?
Um, yeah, you did. Yeah,
Okay, cool, cool.
yeah.
But yeah, so 2015, so this is about my ninth year. Yeah, doing music.
All right. So, how did your friends and family react when you first dropped that song and they first found out that you started making music?
Um, I know family wise, I was taking it quite serious from kind of like a very early age. Um, and family wise, obviously, initially it was like, what are you doing? It's like there's something, it's sort of like they don't really understand it. And I didn't understand it either. I didn't understand the places it could take me. Um, I didn't really understand that, you're choosing this for like life. Uh, and it's a decision you definitely just rock with if you just love it that much. Friends wise, friends would come over and record with me. It's like we all be like just rapping and making songs and then just constantly getting better as we go. But uh yeah, it was positive and negative. It was definitely a lot of confusion in terms of like where does where does this come from? But I think back then less of I had less hesitation to release back then. I just was just putting up songs and like I would promote it like instantly. I had really less anxiety about releases or anything of the sorts of any just thinking, overthinking. There was no overthinking. It was just doing the next one. So
Yeah,
yeah.
probably a lot less pressure back then too.
Yeah, for sure.
So from the time you dropped that first song up until now, what are some of the biggest challenges you've overcome in your career, and what did you do to overcome them?
Hmm. From the time of the first song till now, some of the biggest challenges. Hmm. I think early on, you can be very naive about, I think industry wise, um, of exactly how, because there's one thing about music. Music is the great part. It's really the fun part. But then there's the music business side. And that side can kind of be kind of confusing when you're young and then things start to pick up a certain way. I think it's just a matter of if you're able to understand what's happening or just being paying attention to what's happening, taking notes, and really, it's like a sort of you really have to relearn or learn everything. It's so much new things and it's all pertaining to you. So I think at the end of the day, I really had to, one of the biggest challenges was coming to grips that uh you are the person that are supposed to be controlling your reins, and you need to be mindful of everything and every aspect of all of your business. Um, that's mainly one of the things I think. Yeah, forgetting personally, I think another big challenge was I think from the time I started smoking weed, and then I don't smoke weed now, but I know previously from the time I started smoking weed, it was great. I had a great instance, but weed and I just don't go well together. So yeah.
All right, so you talked about how you had to learn the business side of things.
Hmm.
What would you say helped you get to where you are today in that aspect of like how you started marketing yourself and how you started blowing up and going from dropping that first song to now getting millions of streams?
Hmm. I think the main thing that's really has helped me from, excuse me, back then has really been, so before I was even people even like having any eyes on me or like even just getting a glimpse of certain industry things. Excuse me. Yeah. Uh we would read Gray and I. Um Gray is one of my longtime collaborators. Person that I really just from one of the earliest moments of when I started making music. But I think one of the main things would be for we used to read the book. Are you familiar with like 101? I think it's music business. Like well yeah, there's like music business books. So I think if you're able to, you know, stay and ready, you don't have to get ready. But even if you think you're staying ready, there's sometimes like things you just couldn't predict or like you have to learn from experience. Um I think the biggest thing is I'm understanding more so who I want to be more as an artist. And that was one of the main things as when you're younger, you're kind of like, okay, I'm going a bunch of different ways, but I really don't have a grasp or understanding. Like any young person, they're not really understanding of who you are at that moment, of what you exactly want to do. Sometimes it's hard to make certain decisions, in terms of direction, musically, and also marketing wise. Of, you know. your interests, because they just keep changing. Um, so yeah, the more and more now we get to this moment where I kind of have a grasp of certain things I love. I'm still learning more and more. So it's a never ending learning journey. But I think if you're able to just pay attention, be present in every moment, um, take notes, because this is like really take notes and make sure everything is straight. Um, yeah, you'll be good. And then also do your research, doing research on the back end. It's literally like another study. It's a whole nother study. It's a whole nother subject you need to dive in and just stay focused on it. So, yeah.
What's been your favorite moment in your career so far?
Um, Favorite moment in career. I'd say it'd probably have to be um getting a taste of tour, doing a little bit with I did some tour dates with Midwest back in November. So that was like Atlanta, Minneapolis, and I believe Indianapolis. And then just getting a taste of tour. That's definitely been one of my favorite moments. I think that showed me a different side of like how the music is really reacting to people, the types of music, and I think the whole experience was amazing. But yeah.
So how did you end up? How did all that go down? Of you, how did you end up going on tour with Midwest?
Okay, so I believe he had texted me. I think it was after we did the high key music video when I got back. I think when that came out. After, so he had texted me about it, and just told me he wanted me to do some dates on that tour. And I was like, for sure, I'll do any dates, bro. So yeah.
So how did you first end up getting that connection with Midwest and getting him to collab on High Key with you?
Oh, well, Midwest, I met with Midwest like maybe 2, 3 years ago. I want to say, and then I met him at Take a Day Trips studio back then. And then ever since then we just been cool. And then I s- so how he got on high key, we were actually at Interscope Studios for something, and then I had played him. He was playing me his project, and then I played him some music as well. And then I played high key because I think it was about to come out. Um, and he was like, "Bro, yo, I'll hop on this. I would like right now, like just send it to me." And I was like, "Oh, say less, bro." Like, so then I just slid him the track. I had to get like, I remember I had to get it. I had to send it to Fly. He's the homie that does the mixing mastering. Um, but yeah, so we made it open. I think the next 2 days, I think I got back to Atlanta, and then the same day I sent it to him. He sent back a verse back in like maybe an hour or two, like literally in the same span. So it was same day delivery, everything, bro.
So next question I have for you is, what's been your biggest achievement in your career so far, besides the numbers? So aside from getting streams, aside from making all the money, aside from selling tickets, what would you say has been the biggest achievement for you?
Hmm. Hmm. I think the biggest achievement for me has been the realization of it's for one the knowledge that you get from obviously just being around in the business and just like being around the music scene. But also, I think from the difference between me before not knowing anything or not really being a part of the industry, just making music, and it was just like I just felt like I wanted to get inside in a way. Um, I think now I think the veil has been lifted of like the mirage of certain things, the way certain things look. You can it can be seen outside one certain way, but I feel like now I'm able to like look at it and look at a lot of these things, and I'm not like I don't know there's no more veil, there's no more. It's like it's not magic in a way. It's just like, oh, this is a good marketing team. This person was behind this. Oh, it's like it's certain little things, the unknowns have become knowns. So it's sort of just not, I don't know. I think it's great that they're real. Everybody is like, there's real people behind what's going on. It's not just things are just flying off the walls, this, that, and the third. Oh, this person is so much like, I don't know. It's all earth. It's all leveled. So that's the great part.
All right, so my next question for you, I'm sure the fans are wondering, do you have any new music in the works right now, and when can we expect your next release?
Um, I do have new music in the works. I When can you expect my next release? Maybe Friday, maybe Monday. So but I'm basically dropping every week practically and videos. So yeah, there will be as much music as you can possibly bear this year. Um, yeah, there's no drought. I'm flooding. Everything's going out. So yeah.
The- So, my next question for you is: do you fully support yourself off music right now, or do you still have a job?
I fully support myself off music,
That's
whatever
fair.
support means,
Mm,
but support in a very loose term. Support.
yeah, all
I
right, I
don't
feel
have any
you.
other job. This is it for life. This is all I do.
That's valid. So, what's your plan on how you're gonna continue blowing up and keep elevating yourself?
Mm. Really in this day and age, my plan is mainly, bro, it's all content at this point. You know, content in terms of you putting out music videos, shorts to TikToks. So basically letting people know you make music. I think it's been done in a certain way already for so long um that I don't want to do it exactly how everyone else obviously is doing it. No one, Um but I am trying to do it something that's unique to me. Um and right now I'm still cooking up my formula, man. Still in the kitchen, you know? I'm just trying to, just flood the market with everything. I think I think it's situational. Um, about 2 years ago, year and a half ago or so, or just in the span of 2, 3 years now, I haven't put out a lot of music. So now it's like, all right, I wasn't putting out a lot of music. I wasn't seeing a certain type of growth I wanted to see. Now it's time we switch it up. All right, let's put out a lot of music. Let's put out a lot of content. Let's literally just keep it going, flood the market, um, and see what happens from here. Trial and error, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So, are you signed or independent right now?
I am independent right now.
All right. So, my next question is: would you ever sign to a label? And if you did, what would that ideal contract need to look like?
Mm, okay. Well, I did previously sign to a label. Um, about that was like 2021. Um, and the ideal definitely did not get the ideal contract I wanted. But that goes for any artist that signs with no close to little to no leverage. And that's also the thing about when you think about what I said earlier about the veil of a certain thing, of a certain aspect or perspective you have, not being signed and then getting signed, you kind of realize, like I said, what is what. So right now, my ideal type of label deal is honestly, I'm up in the air about it. If the right deal comes along, then maybe. But I'm big on just being independent right now. Um, Mainly because I really, even in the past, we really like coming up, studied like Russ's approach to the industry and then building it up so much so where you have such leverage that certain contract comes along, excuse me. And yeah, you can do it then. But I just think right now it just wouldn't be the best circumstances for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who are the top three artists you want to collab with someday in your career?
Mm. Top three artists. Okay. Okay. For number one, Drake, for sure. Um, hmm. Number two, dang, top three. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Number two would be Jaden, Jaden Smith. Number three, no, actually, I want to put Jaden number three. And then Claro number two for sure. Uh, Number three, Jaden, and then I'm tying it at three, Jaden and mm, Jaden and Tory Lanez. Yeah.
All right, it's a
So
valid
yeah.
list. So, next question I have for you is, what are some of your goals for the rest of your life after you've completely taken over the whole rap scene, after you're number one on Billboard, selling out stadiums, have all the money you could ever want? What's the next step for you after that for the rest
Mm,
of your life?
okay. Um, the next steps after that. I mean, obviously that's pretty far in the future. Um, for one, I'll still always be doing music to the day I die. Um, I'll always be doing music. I feel like this is a lifelong documenting thing for me. And then plans after, for sure, I'd publish a book. Um, if not, if I haven't already by that point. I want to develop an app, a couple of apps. Um, I want to honestly just take on probably more building projects like, um, but I don't know, man. Yeah, just building things, being creative in some other aspect, some other way. So whether that's clothes, um, building literally like I don't know. I had this one I designed for like a certain type of phone case I want to make. Like I don't know, just being creative and making just creating things. Um, like whatever I feel. So yeah.
So, what would you say is the biggest thing that makes you different from other upcoming artists?
Hmm. Well, for one, biggest thing that makes me different is that my name is Fortunate, and no other artist name is Fortunate. I mean, um, but if we're talking not on a name basis, cool. Um, Biggest thing that makes me different, man. Honestly, shit. There are no new ideas. I'm really just me. At the end of the day, I can just do whatever I want, whenever I want in a way. Um, I don't really know what to say in terms of these questions. Like this question is like, it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's a
I'm
tough
different.
question.
I'm different because blah blah blah. Man,
Yeah, I mean,
hey man, whatever somebody else finds different about me that they don't see in somebody else, cool. You found it. Hey man, I'm just being me, and that's I guess what makes me different. But
yeah, I feel
hey,
you.
bro.
All right, so now we're gonna move into more personal questions so your fans can get to know you as a person more.
Mm,
So, do you have any other hobbies besides music?
yes, sir. I do. I sure do have other hobbies besides music.
What are some of
Um,
those
it's
hobbies?
tough though. It's real tough, man, because it's hard to. Music is literally my life. Like it's everything I'm doing. So, but other than that, I mean, video editing, just video editing everything that still relates to the music, vlogs to contents. But I do enjoy longboarding. So like skateboarding, longboarding. I play a little bit of Xbox, when I can, and then I play a lot of Skate 3. That game is lit. And then yeah, so playing games, longboarding, I read a lot, um of various different books. Comes to like creative books, money books, psychology, not psychology, sorry, philosophy. But yeah, um I love to eat. I love to eat food, good food. Um so yeah, I enjoy lemonade, lots of Lots of lemonade and limeade. Need that. Um, but yeah, other than food, my bad, making me hungry, man. Um, I think that's what else? What I be doing? What I be on? I think that's about it, man. That's what I can name right now, but
Right.
I'm sure some come to me after.
So, what would you say your average daily routine looks like right now if you had to
Mm,
summarize it?
okay, I'm gonna take you through the day. Ready? So I'm gonna take you through my daily routine, something like this. All right, here we go. Wake up in the morning. Around if we're talking about a perfect day, no, you said right now. So let's say I probably stayed up pretty late the last night. So maybe I woke up around 12. Um, cool. I woke up around 12. I go hit a workout, whether it's leg or upper body, blah blah. You get it. Cool. I hit the workout, do my little cardio, come back in. I check for what's on my agenda for the day in terms of um what type of content I have to split up to be able to post, what projects I need to be working on next, in terms of to post, and then also uh what we need to film, what areas am I lacking in terms of like on the internet or just trying to figure out how I can fill every gap, and just get the music out more. It's always just constantly just strategy, um, from doing features to everything. I may play a couple chess games, um, and then but generally it's just either recording, go get some food. Yeah, then from there it's all just being in, I don't know, live streaming. It's all on the internet.
Just
I'm
working
just
on
literally sit
content all
yeah,
day.
content basically. If I'm not going out to film the actual music video or doing the photo shoot or um going out for some way it's an event or something like that to be able to link up and just socialize, do that whole thing. And then yeah.
My next question for you is what is the biggest red flag in a girl for you?
The biggest red flag in a girl, um there are no red flags in a girl. It's all green flags. I love nah, I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm not gonna bullshit. All right. The biggest red flag in a girl for me. All right, I'm gonna be real. I know it, but I'm not gonna say it. Um, I just think, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, bro, you trying to nah, bro.
All right. So, my next question for you is what's the biggest green flag in a girl?
Biggest green flag in a girl. Okay, cool. When she's kindness more than anything. When she's caring in terms of like, it's really like, you can tell a fake kindness,
Mhm.
or but I just mean like a person that shows they really care, and it's really the little things that you'll notice. And it's when you notice it, you're like, dang, I almost didn't notice it. That type of kind. It's like also like I just think yeah, kindness is probably the biggest green flag. It's like if you're kind off bat, it's all
Yeah,
right.
for sure. All right. My next question for you is what's your favorite clothing brand right now?
Favorite clothing brand. Um, right now, yeah, yeah, it would definitely have to be my favorite clothing brand right now would have to be mm, my own clothing brand. Um, it is basically Clover Kid or Clover and then Clover 4. It's basically I'm rolling out merch very soon with this brand. Um, that is about to come out and then I have the designs for it. I can't wait to show. I was actually gonna show some designs this week. But yeah, it's based off of yesterday, that kind of release.
But
So yeah, that's been the designs I've been working on.
all right. So my next question for you is who is the goat of rap in your opinion?
The goat of rap, the goat of rap, man. Mm, it's a three-headed goat. Come on, we got Drake, Kendrick, Cole. Those are the three goats of rap, bro. As a yeah, I don't think it's yeah.
So my final question for you is what's the biggest piece of advice that you would give to upcoming artists trying to get to your level?
Mm. Well, I'd say for one, um, don't even be trying to get to my level. I'm not like I think, biggest piece of advice I would give though is honestly, there is no dream too big. Um, and then the main thing also is that no one else is going to the vision you have for yourself, no one else sees that vision or believes that vision as much as you. As long as you keep that in mind. So sometimes people may not understand it, whatever it is, but as long as you're consistent every day, you're waking up to go and get it, to go and go towards whatever you're trying to achieve. Um, Shoot way higher than what you think is possible because you'll probably end up being way higher than that. So, but yeah, that's the best advice I would give.
Sure. All right, well, that's all we have for today. If you guys want to be interviewed next, make sure you send me a DM on Instagram and don't forget to go check out Fortunate's new music.